Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today's video is a Fun Friday video, and as you saw in the title, we're doing nails. This is what you're going to need. You're going to need this. I got this on Amazon. It's an e-basket from Nail Gaga. I will have everything listed below. And what you want to do is go through and pick out all the nails you're going to need. Size your nails and then set them all out. We're just going to do one today. So that's the one. And then you're going to need command hooks. That's what that is. It's a command hook. Those hooks that you stick to the wall and you're supposed to be able to take them down. Well, that's what those are. And I'll have those listed too. And that little putty stuff is this Scotch brand removable mounting putty. And if you get a whole package like this, it will last you forever, because I have had that putty on those command hooks for quite a while and they still work just fine. So I keep it in a Ziploc bag though, so it doesn't dry out. You're also going to need a very fine brush. This is a paint brush. I will list it below so that you can go on and look at it, but if you have an eyeliner brush you don't use or anything, that will work too. This is just a small kabuki that I got in a set off of Amazon. You just need any kind of brush to dust it off after you file it down. And that was what I just showed you, was some white gel polish, and this is a clear pink gel polish, which I will have both listed below. This is your no wipe top coat. That's what you're going to need. You're going to need a block to sand off the finish on the fake nail. I don't think you have to do this. I've seen several people do it and say that you don't have to do it, but they all do it, so I do it too. And you just sand it lightly just to get the shiny part off. It just makes your gel stick better. And these nails that I have on right now, they've been on for 2 weeks, so I'm due to put a new set on, but they still look good. So I didn't show you guys how to put them back on when they pop off, but basically I just take my drill and I use it on the back side to get the glue off, and then I take that block and I buff my nail again and I put more glue on and stick it right back on. Anyways, this is how you do it. You start off by buffing that off, and then you take your little brush and get the dust off. And then see how I made it so it's not touching the back, because you don't want your polish to dry on there because it kind of sticks. So then you take your clear pink gel polish and you put a thin coat on. The first one is a thin coat. And you just paint it on there. And then you're going to put it in the light, under the light, and that is a UV LED light for 30 seconds. And with the magic of video, we'll be through that. There you go, 30 seconds is up. So you're going to put on a second coat of the pink, clear pink. And you can get any kind that's a clear pink gel. But when I was looking on Amazon, I ended up, the one that I'm going to actually put in there, I got like 6 colors because it was the only way I could find it cheap enough. And I really like it, but I have purple and green and blue and all kinds of weird colors that I don't know what I'm going to do with those. But I like it. And there were 2 that were, one's a kind of a red and one's kind of a pink. So I've got 2 bottles that'll work. And you put this back in for another 30 seconds. I only use 30 seconds on these, on the first 2 coats, because they're still pretty thin. Now we get to the hard part. So you're going to take your white polish, your white gel polish, and I only put a little bit out because I'm only doing one nail for you guys. But if I was doing my whole set, I would put more, obviously. So then I take my little skinny eyeliner brush, and the key to this is to put your little finger, balance your hand with that little finger on your other finger. And then you're just going to paint a halfway down. And then you're going to turn it over and you're going to paint the other side. And this is how you get your nice crisp line. And I always try and start up kind of high because I have really short nail beds. So I don't want it to be where my actual nail bed would be. I want it to be higher up so it looks like I have a longer nail bed than I really do. And this, you just get it as good as you can. That's another reason I start real high, because that way if I don't get it nice and straight, I've got room without getting too low to fix it. But don't try and get it perfect, because you're going to end up keep trying. You just keep doing it over and over. So then I always wipe off that little tiny brush as soon as I use it, because it dries fast. And then you take your regular brush that's in the bottle and you put a thin coat on the nail tip. And then you cook that for 30 seconds, because this is another thin coat. You always want to put a cap on the end of your nail. And I forgot to tell you, when you were filing, you also want to take that filing block across the end so that you get that. There's usually a little tab there from where when they made the nail. And you cook that for 30 seconds. And now you go in and you do it again. And like I said, I will try and list everything I used down below with a link. Now, most of this stuff, like the command hooks and the putty, I think I got those at Walmart. So, but you can just go in and you can use the link to go in and look at them to make sure you get, because I can't remember what size the hooks are, but I will have it in the link so that you can. It was pretty big ones. I don't know if it was the biggest though. So then you do it. This one is a little bit thicker of a coat, and after I get it on there, I like to let it sit for just a minute before I put it in the dryer, in the light, so that it can get rid of the streaks and stuff. It kind of just settles and blends together. So I just let it sit there for a minute, just a minute. And then I put it in the dryer. And I put it in, this time I'll put it in for 90 seconds. Because I want it to get really nice and dry. And then while that 90 seconds is going by, I get out my jar with alcohol in it. And I use that to clean that brush. And then I want to wipe it out real good and spread those bristles out, because there's not very many of them. And then we have one more thing to do, and that's just to put the top coat on. And that's what you do. You just put the top coat on, and then you stick it in the dryer. And I usually do this 90 seconds also, just because it's the last one and I want it to get nice and cooked. And then once that's done, I'm just showing you what they're going to look like when you get them done. And once that's done, to get them ready to put on your fingers, I'm going to show you here in a second, but basically you just buff up your nail, and then that's to show you what they look like, just like the one I have on. So then you buff up your nail and you dust it off with the brush. And then I use the Gorilla Glue, the one with the brush, and you brush it on your nail and you brush it on the back of the nail. And then you stick it on there and you hold it for 30 seconds. You got to hold it for 30 seconds. And then it's on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for watching my videos, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah!